Good day, YouTube. It's the 30th of December, 2018. Almost not 2018 anymore. A couple of days to go. Tomorrow is a New Year's Eve day. And we have the engine out of the John Deere 210. It's a 1977 model. Been sitting outside a while. The engine, we was told, broke a rod and pushed it through the block. However, I've got the engine up. I've got the cradle, which is the motor mount. Can I swing this over there? Yeah, there's the motor mount. I have that pulled off, which was really hiding a lot of the lower side of the block. And I'm really not seeing block damage. I have a feeling what we have here is a rebuildable 10-horse Kohler engine. I'll swing it around to this side. I just simply don't see anything that's broken. So the goal for today, this afternoon, would be to get it apart to the point where we can get the pan off of it, maybe the head off of it, and see what we got to work with. As long as the crank's not damaged and the cylinder's not beat up, we should be good to go. Just going to grab a little drain pan. There's a plug on the bottom of this engine. I just didn't take the thing clear out because it's going to be in the way anyway. Let's see if it'll come off. I'm going to probably need a big hammer. Relatively big hammer to give it a smack. Well, it's a little easier than I thought. Let's just see if there's any oil in it at all. Or left in it. And who knows if they drained it or if it just went low on oil or what happened. Feels empty to me. Yeah, it's empty. But I don't want to break this thing off. Okay. How much of this garbage has to go? Hello. Yeah. Making headway. How much of this is going to fall? That's the question. A lot of stuff bolted on this little motor. Little motor, big motor, bulky motor. Oh, there's another bolt. Somebody started taking this thing apart. They just didn't get her done. Let's get in there. Get this last bolt out of there. Yeah, there we go. I think it's been dropped. Some of those pulley brackets probably gonna need to be straightened. So, let's just take off what comes off easy. Like a starter. Just put these back. They're shouldered bolts anyway. There. What else we got? Might be enough. Might be enough I can lay this down on this side and get the pan off of it. That'd be fun to do. So let me just shut you off here for a little bit. And let me fight this thing back down onto the table. Lay her down on its side and let's pull the pan off of it, see what we got. Should be interesting. All right, we got it laying down. Now we're going in. This is like Geraldo Rivera opening up that tomb or pyramid or whatever the heck it was in the day. We're going in. Looks like an aluminum pan on a cast iron engine. Yeah. Well, it's interesting that it's been opened up before. We ain't the first ones in here. We are not first. But the crank's no good. Let me get a light. Well, it's not horrible, but it's not good. Hang on. I'm going to get down here so we can see what's going on here. So they've taken, I really didn't think that anybody had been in here, but there was a few loose screws. I'm looking closely at the block. The block is fine. There's nothing wrong with the block. The crankshaft, however, that's another deal. It's pretty scored. It was probably let run out of oil. There's that little tab right there in the middle of the cam. It runs fuel pump, mechanical fuel pump. Timing gears look okay. So, the crank comes out on the front side of the engine. I see. And from what I can see, the cylinders is okay. Sorry. I'm looking myself here and not worrying so much about what you guys can see. So this is what we've got to work with. I'm going to see about a rebuild kit that's complete with piston, rod, and crank. Make sure that's kind of affordable. But we're going to have to measure that cylinder bore and understand if this has ever been bored or not. I assume this is still stock engine, but you never know. We'll dig a little deeper. All right, I'll check back with you in a little bit. We did a little research online, and then I keep coming back and looking at what I have here for a crankshaft, and realizing it wasn't too bad. The suggestion was to clean the crankshaft with muriatic acid. So I did that, and I went down to the hardware store and I got some 500 grit wet and dry sandpaper, and I sprayed this with PB Blaster, and I'm going about this to kind of polish this crank. I've got 5 or 7 minutes into it so far with pretty good results. So I'm just going to continue this polish process here with the crankshaft in the engine block until I get this crankshaft nice and smooth again. So it's coming along pretty good. I think we're going to save it. Done this before on big tractors and stuff. Now, if this was a high RPM engine, yeah, we probably wouldn't be doing this. But it's really not. Should keep it pretty round doing it this method. So, I think it's coming. I think we're going to be okay. So I'll continue doing this for another 6 months or so, and then I'll check back with you. Okay, we're fast forward 6 weeks. No, I'm kidding. It hasn't really taken that long. Maybe I've got like 20 minutes in this thing. 20, 25 minutes. That's with 500 grit, and it actually feels really good. So I'm about to step up to some really fine paper now. I bought an assortment of maybe like 1200 grit or something, so where I'm headed 1000 grit, 1200. And I'll sand with that for a little while, kind of put the polish on this thing. But hey, I'm saving this crankshaft, that's all there is to it, for the price of $5 worth of sandpaper and a little bit of time. And a little bit of satisfaction. That's a crankshaft is unavailable new. Well, it's probably available, but it costs twice as much as I paid for the whole tractor. Anyway, let's get to doing some more sanding with some 1000 grit or 1200, and I'll check back with you. Well, gang, what do you think? I finished up with the 1000 grit paper. It feels real good, and it looks good. I actually can't believe it came out that nice. It's super smooth. There's no major issues with it. I'm going with it. I'm going to order a rod. I will actually pull the head off in the morning and get the piston out of it, and make sure it's a standard bore. See if it's good enough to reuse. We'll just hone it, put some rings on it, or order a new piston, or we'll see what we'll do. But we saved the crank. The block is good. Life is good. The 210 will run again with its original engine, I am sure. So, diagnosis complete. We're going to end the video here and resume this when we have something more interesting to look at. So thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. We got the 10-horse Kohler diagnosed. It's pulled apart. We know basically what we need. We'll pull the head tomorrow and get the rest of the details, get some parts coming for video next week. Thanks again for hanging with me in the shop and getting a little bit dirty. And Happy New Year's here in a couple days. 2019 on the way. Catch you on the next video.